So let's go back and look at this again. How is it that the World Trade Center has come down? This was done in 97. How is this possible that the guy that did this, the cartoonist for Disney, his name is Don Rosa, R-O-S-A. Nobody says anything. Yet the whole storyline is exactly like 9/11. Looks like we just lost 2 rental properties. That's what they were. They wound up being a tourist attraction, just like the cartoon said. Well, how is this possible? So, let's go look biblically at 9/11. Here it is here. Revelation. Or is that a revolution? Is it a circle? Or is it really something being revealed? So they had a king over them, the angel of the abyss. Remember, it said Saturn, center of the earth, on the New Yorker, remember? It says Saturn, center of the earth, whose name is in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in the Greek is Apollyon. That is destroyer. I'm sorry, I don't buy this, because this is particularly an original story, and it's a fractal reality. It means this story keeps playing over and over again. So, if there was something that was running this reality, let's look at it from a different aspect. The name Abaddon. Here, we're stuck on the left pillar here. Yeah? Abaddon is a faulty circuit or a faulty switch. Apollyon really sounds like a polygon. And this is a 9-sided polygon called a nanogon. Isn't it interesting? It's a polyon, a nanogon, Armageddon. Okay, this is like a broken story in bits of it. Here's another name for Yahweh, Adonai. But let's add on or turn on artificial intel, AI, or AI and EL are interchangeable. So that could be add on or turn on L. This one. Moses saw Yahweh in the desert at the Mount Sinai. Sin is time. EL, AL, AE, whatever. It says Moses, if he really did exist, didn't meet Yahweh until he visited his father-in-law. This thing sets the laws, time, space, all perception. That's what it does. So here, this is a polyon or a polygon. So we look here. Here's a 9-sided polygon. I think these are old. This thing is old, whatever this is. But it runs this place, but it's not the creator. So when we overlay it, we got this here, the cube. You've got this, you've got the 2 pillars, and you got the World Trade Center. If we go over to this, there it is right there. And just for fun, I put this in. So here you got the Google Cube. You got this thing. This thing is Google. It goes right to Google. There's no doubt in my mind. Now, let's look at this. This is from an old Masonic picture I found. 9 sides. Then it goes 9, 7, 5, 3. And looky right here in the center. Right? The same thing we got right here in the center. This thing, they know what it is. They know it's something, it's very, very old. It's the same thing that you saw in a 2001 Space Odyssey. That's that thing that showed up, that the monkeys all started killing each other. That black monolith. Okay, this is by accident. I'm finding this stuff. Here it is here. You got the animals here. Here it is. You got the 4 animals here. It's the same thing. Here it is here. You got the 4 animals here. A man, a lion, an eagle. Here they are here. Here they are here. Okay, it's all 9. One of the reasons that the name of God is unspeakable because it's more of a numerical, spiritual entity. Here's 369. It's that. Now this, let's look at this. This is interesting. This is out of an actual tech book. Let's do a repair then. Do a remote ping from Mars to Saturn. Why are they calling nodes by planet names? I can't. Saturn seems to be down. I'll take care of that first. NM reboots the machine. Okay, Saturn's back up. The remote ping was successful. You good? Verify Mars IP address for Saturn for me. The entry for Saturn was wrong. I corrected it. That's out of an actual manual. Okay? This thing is this thing. If you take the outside of this has 6 sides, just like this does. Squash it down. Here it is here in between the 2 pillars. Okay, this is, I'm sure this is what CERN is. I think CERN's been around with, it's a new name for it, because that goes back to the god of the underworld, Cernus, and his logo is a square on its side. I don't know, I just find this stuff fascinating. Now, if this thing is creating a reality, then what they're showing you here is true. Here's a right and left pillar, right? Remember? Right here? Here it is right here. See here? SimCity. Simulated. It's simulated because of this thing right here. It's not real. Oh, death is real. All that shit's real. But the reality of what you think is reality is a SimCity. That's why there's a big tornado here. Because Maxis, and you notice how they elongated the X? Well, that's what the crucifix really is. The crucifix was an X. Okay, because you're being killed in the name of this pillar, this planet, whatever you want to call it. And of course, they make the logo look like the planet Saturn. Now this picture here, this to me shows that it's broken, because this here is showing me that this is warped. It's broken. It should be straight like these other ones. It's not. It's busted. And that's a very, very old symbol for Saturn. And this is the one that's busted. Remember I keep telling you? The center pillar is busted. It's broke. SimCity. Interesting. Sims 3. Well, we know 3 is right here on the dead pillar. That's the pillar that we live on. Because it goes 369 right here. We're on this loop right here. 369. See it? 369. This guy. Supposedly, back in like, I don't know, it must have been 1990 or 91. He's a preacher. He made more money than Madonna and Michael Jackson combined. But what's interesting is, you see the 2 colors, the red and the blue, and the black? That's the 2 pillars, and that's the cube. The black, the right, and the left pillar. Notice, this guy isn't real. Notice how his hand looks like it's deformed. Because this is creating what you're seeing on TV. It's running all the it's running everything. And here is what I think that the individual looks like. Right there. That is this. It's the same thing. This is a real old carved statue of how somebody depicted it. And this is what it looks like computerized. And every one of these squares keeps getting filled up with more and more and more information, or more and more and more realities, or more and more whatever, however this thing works. And that's how this was able to be done. Because here's a cube, and here's a jet passing through it. Because that was all this. It's all simulated. It doesn't exist the way you think it does. And I think that's what Jesus was trying to tell the disciples. That Jesus knew that this thing was running this planet. He knew it. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this thing to me would have to be the closest thing to the devil there is. because it just does its own thing. But I think it's broke. I don't think it was originally broke, but somehow it got busted. And there are those that know what it is, and there are those that know how to persuade it, and I think you have input into it, and I think I do too. It just has to do with the way that we act. It's just giving it back right to us. And so they tricked us into saying certain words and catchphrases and acting in certain ways and singing songs, and so this thing is responding in kind. It's just a theory. It just seems to be a good one, at least to me.